Good morning. Nothing like having breakfast with 600 friends, huh? This is great, great. I'm Al Rubio, Board of Director of the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to our 2015 State of the City Address, Temecula Has Heart. Today we are honored to share the City of Temecula's accomplishments, visions, and goals. We appreciate your attendance and are sure you will enjoy this year's event. By the way, we kindly ask that you put your phones on vibrant, silent, or turn them off, whatever works for you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of our nation's colors by the Temecula Valley High School Air Force JROTC Varsity Color Guard. Here to present the colors are Commander Cadet Lieutenant Ashley Gines, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Giovanna Briones, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Natalie Mertz, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Katana Smith. After the presentation of the colors, please remain standing for the national anthem performed by the Temecula Valley High School Advanced Choir. It's impossible to overstate the importance of our event sponsors. Please join me as we take this opportunity to thank the businesses who sponsor the 2015 State of the City event. Thank you to the title sponsor of today's event, Temecula Valley Hospital. Thank you to our program sponsor, Pechanga Resort and Casino. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to run through them and then we can do a nice big applause at the end. I think it'll make things go a little faster for us. Corporate sponsor, Corner Bakery Cafe. Affiliate sponsors, Abbott Vascular, American Medical Response, Loma Linda University Medical Center, Murrieta, Southwest Healthcare System. Community sponsors, DCH Auto Group. Hey, I know those guys. Kaiser Permanente, Promenade Temecula, sorry, Jeff. Southwest Riverside County Association of Realtors, corporate sponsors, California State University, San Marcos, First Choice Bank, the law offices of Rosenstein and Hitzman, AAPLC, Old Town Temecula Association, Union Bank, Western Riverside County Council of Governments, audiovisual sponsor is Starway Productions, and our special thank you to our community partner, City of Temecula. There you go. Thank you to our media sponsors, the Press Enterprise, JDS Video and Media Productions Incorporated, JDS Actors Studio, the Valley Business Journal, Valley News, Welcome Wagon. Thank you to our special contributors, Pechanga Resort and Casino, Robinson Printing, Starway Productions. Please join me in thanking all of the art exhibitors that are participating today. And you can see their beautiful art over on the left side of the building. My left, your right. The Chairman's Elite Circle is an elite group of business leaders whose continued investment enables the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce to continue to develop a climate in which businesses can create jobs and operate at a profit. The Chairman's Circle makes it possible for the Chamber to continue and maintain its position as the independent voice of the business community. We are appreciative of the strong partnership that are fostered through this membership. Please join me in thanking the following Chairman's Elite and President Circle members for their outstanding commitment and support of the Chamber. Platinum level, Pechanga Resort and Casino, Abbott Vascular, Gold level, Southwest Healthcare System, Temecula Valley Hospital. Silver level, Kaiser Permanente, Loma Linda University Medical Center, MURRIETA, Securitas Services USA, Inc., President's Circle, California State University, San Marcos, the law offices of Rosenstein and Hitzman, AAPLC, Promenade Temecula, Southwest Riverside County Association of Realtors. Pechanga Resort and Casino. I would also like to recognize Pechanga Resort and Casino for hosting the 2015 State of the City event and for their long-standing support and generous contribution to the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce. The Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce would like to thank the many dignitaries present this morning for attending. The names of those in attendance were shown on the screens during the opening of the event in an effort to begin this program as quickly as possible. If we could give them a round of applause, that'd be great. Please join me in recognizing the wonderful committee that has been working on the city staff to make this event a success. Spearheading this committee to our event is our event chair, Julie No Agency, State Farm Insurance. Co-chair, Al Rubio, DCH Auto Group. And this is what happens when you miss a meeting. You're up here. Thanks, Jeff. Committee members are Jeff Kurtz, Promenade Temecula, Betsy Lowry, City of Temecula, Morris Myers, Economic Development Corporation of Southwest California, and Karen Paulson, Business Rescue Specialist, LLC. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Great Oak PSA Drumline performing Heartbeat. Thank you. Was that great? Thank you again. Thanks again. Now they're off to school. And, you know, in 5, 10 years, they'll be sitting in these seats. I think that's great. Our city continues to be successful due to the loyalty of our city council and city staff. Each of these individuals is committed to creating and sustaining a noteworthy city and a city we can take pride in. I would like to thank our city council for continually striving to make Temecula a safe and economically thriving city. We live and work in a city with a constant momentum. Our city government is permanently raising the bar. It is my honor to introduce my friend, Mayor Jeff Comachero this morning. Jeff? Give me a hug.
Good morning. I love that. It's my great honor to once again serve as Temecula's mayor. And wasn't that a great demonstration of talent from the Great Oak drumline? I'd like to thank Jerry Burdick-Rutz, Great Oak's band director, and all of his very talented students. Their performance, go ahead, they all deserve it. In case you didn't notice, we wanted to make sure nobody fell asleep early. Shake you up a little bit. Their piece was called Heartbeat, a very appropriate theme for this year's State of the City. Let's hear it again for these kids one more time. My thanks also go to Temecula Valley High School's Advanced Choir for their beautiful performance of the national anthem. Many thanks to choir director Amy Thomas and all of her gifted students. And while I'm thanking people, let me also recognize the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce, particularly the Board of Directors and CEO Alice Sullivan, for all of your heart in hosting the event this year and every year, and for being great partners of the City of Temecula. This is my 18th year on the Temecula City Council, and my 4th State of the City presentation as your mayor. My thanks to all of you for supporting me through these last 18 years, and again last November for allowing me the privilege of continuing to serve. As Temecula has evolved over its 25-year history, one important attribute has remained steady and unwavering among all of our city's stakeholders and residents, and that is heart. Temecula truly does have a heart in all we do, and this is not a trivial quality. It's a powerful and effective component of our community's success. It's a trait we treasure and one that we need to ensure continues this year and throughout our future. Our hearts show up everywhere in a multitude of ways, in our nonprofit community, in the way we treat our neighbors, in the good things we do for others, in the way our business community supports our residents' worthwhile causes. I'm sure we could all come up with a myriad of other ways in which Temecula shows its heart. Of course, the concept is not a new one. It was Buddha who said, if anything is worth doing, do it with heart. And while I'm speaking of heart, I want to acknowledge the woman who captured mine many years ago. I know of no one in Temecula who has a bigger heart than she does. I'd like to introduce my beautiful wife, Pat. I'd also like to introduce my son, Andy, who I'm proud to have here with us this morning. Our other son, Alex, couldn't attend today, but I'm equally proud of him, his beautiful wife, Brina, and our 2 amazingly beautiful granddaughters, Simone and Charlotte. And to round out our family, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of my brother, Aaron Comachero. Aaron, thanks for making the early morning trip up from Carlsbad today. I appreciate it. You know he's family, right? We also have a former Temecula mayor here today who has moved on now and is representing us in a bigger arena. Please join me in welcoming back my friend and 3rd District County Supervisor Chuck Washington. When our other Temecula favorite son, Jeff Stone, won his race for the Senate last November, his seat on the County Board of Supervisors became vacant and subject to an appointment by the governor. Governor Brown and his staff considered a total of 25 applications before selecting our very own Mr. Washington. Supervisor, your appointment was very well deserved, and we have every confidence that you will continue to serve your constituents as strongly and as passionately as you did during your 11-year tenure in Temecula. I'm also proud to have my City Council colleagues here today. Mayor Pro Tem Mike NAGGAR has served on the council for 15 years and has created several regional task forces on meaningful issues. He was instrumental in working with me in our effort to bring Temecula Valley Hospital to fruition, and also worked hard to ensure that we continue to see significant growth in our higher education opportunities. Mike has also been the city's strong advocate for many inclusionary opportunities on behalf of our special needs community. Thanks, Mike. Councilmember MARYANN Edwards has been on the City Council for 10 years and has chaired several regional boards and committees on behalf of Temecula. She's an advocate for our open space and clean, fresh air. She's a pillar to nonprofit agencies, and she keeps public safety and prudent fiscal policies a priority in Temecula. We also thank her for her tireless efforts to secure federal funding to reconstruct MURRIETA Creek from ever flooding Old Town again. Thanks, MARYANN. It's been 10 years since we've had a new city council member, and now we have 2. Dr. Matt RAHN may be newly elected, but he's not new to working with our team. As the former manager of the Santa Margarita Ecological Reserve at San Diego State University, he partnered with us as we annexed that area and fought to protect it from a massive quarry. Anybody remember that? Great work, Matt. Matt has a law degree and a PhD and brings wisdom on environmental and natural resource issues to our city. He's also active at the state level and works along with Councilmember Edwards to logically protect the physical beauty and ecological balance of our city and our region. And finally, Councilmember Michael McCracken. Today marks his 1-month anniversary as a council member. You gotta start somewhere. But he's also not new to the city. He's been a member of the city's Community Services Commission since 2007, so he's familiar and comfortable with our policies and procedures. Mike is a 24-year veteran of the United States Navy, and some of his priorities include expanding Temecula's youth and teen activities and also bringing new businesses to Temecula's local economy. I'm very much looking forward to working with you, Mike, to show our veteran community the love and respect that we hold for them. I've given you this overview of the Temecula City Council to convey the dynamics of our city's leadership in light of all the changes that have taken place in a relatively short time. For many years, Temecula has had an extraordinarily stable leadership team, both at the elected level and the senior staff level. That's been a tremendous benefit and one of the key reasons our city has enjoyed so much success. But there is a downside to that long-term stability, and that's that retirements and upward opportunities tend to occur very near the same time. Between retirements and new opportunities, our senior staff was almost totally depleted. There have been 2 constants throughout that period, Aaron Adams and Greg Butler. The best news was that they were wonderfully qualified to be our new city manager and assistant city manager. They then set about the difficult task of assembling a new team. Recruiting and then training at the highest levels is a daunting task, and I know those were stressful times, sometimes having people do the work of 2 or 3 different positions. I'm happy to report, no, I'm thrilled to report that today, once again, we have a stable, highly functioning staff at City Hall. Aaron has not only put together a team, but a new family. With a little more than 2 years under their belts, it's amazing to see what Aaron and our group is accomplishing, and things couldn't be running any smoother. I'd like to publicly recognize this wonderful team, many of whom you rarely get to meet. Please stand and remain standing. City Manager Aaron Adams. I agree, but probably best to hold your applause for a bit. Assistant City Manager Greg Butler. Finance Director Jennifer Hennessy. City Clerk Randy Joel Olson. Community Services Director Kevin Hawkins. Public Works Director Tom Garcia. Community Development Director Armando Villa. Our Police Chief Jeff Kubel. Our Fire Chief Curtis Brown. Deputy IT Director Michael Heslin, and Human Resources Department Head Isaac Garabay. This is your management team. And before we leave the city staff, I want to pay special tribute to somebody else who's not in the script, and I'll probably drive everybody crazy here, but Betsy, where are you? Betsy Lowry, she's here somewhere. Betsy is just invaluable in her work with the city manager's office, and on the city side of things, she's responsible for everything you see here this morning, including most of my speech. So Betsy, thank you so much. This couldn't happen without you. Although many of these changes came about in the middle of a very difficult set of economic times, never did we doubt Temecula's resiliency and strength. During my last term as Temecula's mayor in 2010, we were still mired in our nation's Great Recession, and that year's State of the City presentation was a difficult one. Today, the picture is much brighter. While some regions were slower to recover, Temecula turned around faster, and the momentum is continuing. Today, Temecula is well past the recession. The state's Economic Development Department sent us a report last week that the city of Temecula is close to matching the highest job count we've ever had in any quarter of any year. With over 49,000 jobs, Temecula accounts for more than half of all the jobs in the entire southwest Riverside County area. Our city closed 2014 with more than half a dozen new companies relocating or expanding here, bringing hundreds of new jobs from companies like EMD Millipore, Iron Grip, Color Spot Nurseries, PHS MWA Aviation, Golden West Biological, and Rao Brothers. In April of 2010, Temecula's unemployment rate was almost 10%. According to the most recent State of California reports, Temecula's unemployment rate is now 4.5%. That's clearly less than half of what it was, and that rate is among the lowest in Riverside County. It also beats both the national and state jobless rates. The economic development efforts of the city, Visit Temecula Valley, Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce, and many of you here in this room are working beautifully. And while unemployment rates have declined, median home values have been edging up. The April 2015 numbers show that with a median home price of almost $453,000, Temecula values remain the highest of the 9 cities that comprise southwest Riverside County. At our traditional mid-year review, we adjusted our budget to reflect that revenues are increasing to $65 million, up $3 million from the original forecast at the beginning of the current fiscal year. Yesterday, we discussed at our annual budget workshop for the next year that projected revenues will again increase slightly. However, we remain cautiously optimistic, as we know we will have to ride out a new wave of escalating costs, particularly in the arena of public safety. The safety of our residents remains our highest priority, and it's also expensive. And we have to work with the county and the sheriff to ensure that going forward, all contract cities have input into both the magnitude of these cost increases and what they are being used for. Temecula is economically healthier than most, but no city will be able to bear these cost increases and still provide a high level of public services. When discussing the cost increases that will be passed on to us, it's imperative that we have a seat at that table. Year after year, Temecula has boasted of a strong fiscal foundation and of balanced budgets. I believe that says a lot about our city. Even with the cost increases that we will be asked to absorb, the 2015-16 budget year will be no different, and I'm proud to say that the state of the city remains strong. It reflects a supportive citizenry, a successful business community, and a local government that remains committed to fiscal accountability. It's this teamwork that keeps Temecula one of the finest cities in California and in the nation. Each year, we've been able to maintain a 20% reserve fund for economic uncertainty. This year, I'm proud to announce that in addition to that 20%, we have also created a secondary 5% reserve fund to deal specifically with currently unknown increases in necessary expenditures. There's just no substitute for being prepared, and that's the Temecula way. And we've been recognized for our budgeting strength. We were awarded once again, for the 12th consecutive year, the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award, which is the highest form of recognition in governmental budgeting, as well as a Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting, both awarded by the Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada. But the budget is much more than merely a financial document. It shows clearly how we intend to accomplish the goals and strategies important to remaining the kind of city we all want. As a local government, we have the responsibility and the opportunity at times to invest our resources in infrastructure and services as an economic stimulus. Together with our private sector stakeholders, we have been busy over the last year doing just that, investing in Temecula. Many large-scale infrastructure accomplishments have been completed over the past year. Several are in progress or will soon begin construction. We cut the ribbon on the connection of Butterfield Stage Road that now allows travel from MURRIETA Hot Springs Road all the way south past Temecula Parkway. Our new picturesque bridge in Old Town was completed last year and was featured on the cover and the centerfold of the Road and Bridges 2015 calendar. Now, I know you're all smirking a bit, but for engineers and architects, that's quite an accomplishment, and for mayors too. The bridge's rock pillar columns, decorative trusses, and pedestrian viewpoints have created a beautiful new entrance into Old Town. We've widened the southbound Winchester off-ramp with a new dedicated exit lane. This completed project did wonders to improve both convenience and safety at that exit. We completed the new French Valley Parkway southbound I-15 off-ramp. This is the first phase of the overall French Valley interchange, which is roughly a $200 million project that will include a bridge overpass at Date Street and auxiliary access roads along the I-15 and 215 split. We're working with Caltrans and our regional partners to break it up into phases so we can complete the segments that are funded while at the same time lobbying for federal dollars to complete it in its entirety. The $50 million expansion of the Temecula Parkway interchange at Interstate 15 is fully funded and ready to start construction just as soon as Caltrans gives us the go-ahead to take it out to bid. We anticipate that authorization by the end of this year, and construction is slated to start after the first of the new year. This improvement is at the top of our priority list, as we know it's critically needed by our residents on the south side of town. The city of MURRIETA completed an essential bridge connection from YNEZ Road to Jackson Avenue last year, providing a new gateway between our two cities. We've needed it for a long time, and we thank the city of MURRIETA for taking the lead and for getting it done. Several enhancements to public facilities and amenities are in progress or were completed over the past year. We reconstructed and reopened the Temecula Community Center located on Peugeot Street. We constructed and opened what has become a very popular attraction, the new special needs park called Eagle Soar Playground. It's in MARGARITA Community Park adjacent to Temecula Elementary School. Its most interesting feature is Temecula's first splash pad. We have a great problem with this new park. It's too busy, but we're working on it. At that same location, we're reconstructing the former YMCA building to become an active adult center with a senior citizen outdoor fitness lot and community pool, all expected to be open in 2016. The Old Town Community Theater is currently under reconstruction with an exterior facade enhancement. On the interior, we're transitioning to more efficient LED lighting fixtures. The theater is scheduled to reopen approximately September 1st. I might add that this year the city's theater was awarded its 8th Award of Excellence in Marketing and Communications from the California Parks and Recreation Society. Good job, staff. You'll see newly striped bicycle lanes throughout the city and new bike racks in Old Town. They're part of an ongoing master plan being developed to improve trails and bike lanes citywide. For our efforts, the League of American Bicyclists awarded Temecula the silver level as a bicycle-friendly city. Old Town Sam Hicks Monument Park will soon include a new innovative playground with a historical theme to complement the neighboring Temecula Valley Museum. As repairs and upgrades become necessary to all our parks, you'll see more unique designs meant to create a greater range of experiences for our kids, for our adults too. We are appreciative to Pechanga for their very thoughtful collaboration and consideration on the new design of this park, including a replica of the historic great oak tree located very close to where we're sitting this morning. Improvements to expand the Murrieta Creek segment through Old Town are funded and will start as soon as there is clearance of the environmental documents. We'll never forget the flood of 1993. Old Town was underwater. This is the second segment of the creek to be improved, so we can rest assured that Old Town won't flood again. It's taken far too long for the federal bureaucracy, but many thanks to our own congressmen, Ken Calvert and Duncan Hunter, for their relentless efforts in getting the funding. Recently, just days before construction was slated to begin, everything was halted after finding a few birds' nests in the creek. We're now told it will be September or October before these improvements can begin. But rest assured, the rains will come one day, and when they do, we'll be ready. Old Town has exploded, and to accommodate continuous development in our historic district, larger sewer lines are being constructed underground by the Eastern Municipal Water District. These should be completed by mid-2016. We've been reconstructing Fire Station 73, located on the west side. Firefighters live several days at a time in their stations, and our men and women working there have had outdated facilities for too long. Firefighters, and I know you're here, I know you'll appreciate your new surroundings when they're completed by year's end, and you certainly deserve the upgrades. And yes, our firefighters have heart. One thing we are always working to improve is our processing response times. Recently, we implemented customized permitting software to streamline the timing of getting permits and business licenses. We're currently reviewing proposals to create an entirely fresh and updated city website that should be operational by early 2016. Does anybody here remember who created the first city website? Hint, she's sitting at my table and she's very pretty. More than 15 years ago, Temecula embarked on a forward-thinking planning effort that we hoped would energize Old Town and make it a truly relevant part of the city. It took a while, but it worked, and it worked better than even we anticipated. You may have been reading that our city staff is completing a comprehensive specific plan this year to revitalize Jefferson Avenue in much the same fashion. The uses and the look and feel will be different than what we wanted in Old Town, but the process is similar. Expanded land uses will create new development opportunities within that corridor. It's a long-term plan that we anticipate will allow this area to become something very special. We've had 28 public meetings to ensure that it's a plan that's founded on community input. It won't just be Jefferson Avenue. It will be Uptown Temecula. Be patient, but what you'll see eventually will be another beautiful feather in an already crowded hat. I'm so proud of what we've all done together. This is only a glimpse of a much larger list of ongoing capital improvement projects and future plans that will be coming to fruition in the years ahead. Before I talk about some of the exciting private sector investments happening in Temecula, I want to talk about the State of the City theme, Temecula has heart, because nice matters. The most important thing I can impart to you this morning with this presentation is that this initiative is about our children, our families, and our neighbors, and about making what is wonderful about Temecula even better for the next generation. The public and private infrastructure we are discussing is nothing without the human infrastructure right here in this room and out there in our community. You truly make our city what it is. As we go about the task of continuing to create a world-class city, let us remember that we do so not merely with passion, but also with heart. And in the end, that's really all it takes. The executive staff members I introduced earlier are distributing a very special State of the City giveaway. And while they are doing so, I would like to personally thank Promenade Temecula, a major contributor to Temecula's success, and specifically thank you to its general manager, Jeff Kurtz, for his character and his heart for our city. In the spirit of this initiative, Promenade Temecula not only donated the heart behind me that has adorned City Hall, but they are donating a $10 gift card to each of you today. If the gift card is something you need, use it, and we're glad to have helped. But if the $10 doesn't really make a big difference in your life, I ask that you remember a time when it would have, and pay it forward. Imagine if the hundreds of people in this room over the next week or two performed an act of kindness by giving that card to someone else. Why? Because nice really does matter. Whether you give it to a friend or a stranger at a grocery store, a needy family, or a teenager who just crosses your path, you will surely brighten their day, and in the process, yours too. The Promenade is giving us an opportunity to spread a little kindness. Let's take advantage of it. An important component of this initiative is that it is in strong support of Temecula Valley Unified School District's ongoing Because Nice Matters campaign that encourages kindness among Temecula students. With the school district's collaboration, we're just helping by taking it citywide this year. The concept is simple. It's about putting others ahead of ourselves, paying it forward, and performing acts of kindness that demonstrate Temecula is a city with a heart. We've encouraged a community-wide social media campaign where people are posting about the good they see and do with hashtag #TemeculaHasHeart. My staff reached out to several of those who posted an act of kindness and they received or gave to recreate it on film. So when you view this next video, know that although these may be recreations, these acts really did occur in Temecula. Several of the beneficiaries and a few of the givers are the real people from their posts on social media.
Every day, there are people in the city of Temecula performing random acts of kindness. I just wanted to give a big thank you to my community. A lot of you have blessed my Princess Company and myself with your generosity and love for magic. I appreciate everyone's donations greatly. Due to your generosity, my company will now be able to visit children as Cinderella. Temecula is a community of people who care. It is who we are. It's what we teach our children. It is a legacy that pays forward for future generations. Do it, live it, share it. Hashtag Temecula has heart.
We debated putting tissues on the tables, but we thought maybe we shouldn't. It's so easy to be kind and to let that show, isn't it? My thanks to those who participated in the video for also sharing these acts of kindness so that others will be encouraged to look for similar opportunities. Kindness really is contagious. I also want to publicly commend and thank the admins of the Temecula Talk Facebook forum. With now almost 20,000 members, what they've accomplished is amazing, and we appreciate that they promote kind acts in Temecula with hashtag Temecula has heart. They're doing a great job in getting that message out all over town, so thank you. Private development and business owners investing in Temecula perpetuate the reality that Temecula has emerged as the economic hub of our region. When Promenade Temecula expanded with an outdoor lifestyle edition in 2009, the Apple Store opened here. We noticed then, and still today, that there is no other Apple Store anywhere close in Riverside County, not even in bigger cities like Corona or the city of Riverside. Apple chose Temecula. The recent opening of Lululemon at the Promenade adds to stores like Apple, Pottery Barn, Williams-Sonoma, and Coach. We are proud that these and other upscale retailers have chosen Temecula, and we're working to see this positive trend continue. It's awfully hard not to smile every time you see or hear Mercedes-Benz of Temecula. It fits like a glove, doesn't it? We are very pleased to be able to announce that Audi Hone Motors, one of the largest auto dealers in San Diego, has submitted plans to locate next door to a Mercedes-Benz of Temecula. A luxury line of auto dealers is emerging, and discussions with others are ongoing. We are grateful to all of our fine auto dealers who have produced the strong levels of sales tax revenue that is so important to our ability to provide a high level of services to our residents. Mercedes reports that in its first year of business, they sold over 1,500 cars and generated $92 million in sales. That is representative of all of our dealerships. They are a strong component of Temecula's economy with hundreds of millions of dollars in sales annually and hundreds of local jobs. We thank them all for their ongoing investments in Temecula. In fact, I'm directing my staff to organize an appreciation event that will promote our dealerships, so stay tuned for that later in the year. Temecula continues to grow as a tourist destination with Southern California's wine country, Old Town, and Pechanga Resort and Casino. Since 2004, our tourism industry has more than tripled from $215 million to $651 million annually. Its positive economic impacts resonate within the city in terms of shopping, dining, and lodging, as well as generating approximately 7,000 jobs. Kudos to the hard work of our Convention and Visitors Bureau, known now as Visit Temecula Valley. And continued tourism growth is anticipated. Long term, we will likely see the number of wineries in our Southern California wine country more than double during the next 10 to 20 years. Short term, California's largest and most luxurious resort, the beautiful Pechanga Resort and Casino, has unveiled plans to add a new luxury 4-diamond hotel wing with 550 additional new rooms, a 23,000 square foot spa, an additional ballroom, a resort-style pool complex, and 2 more restaurants, making 13 in total. A study conducted by Beacon Economics estimates the proposed expansion will result in a combined economic output of over $550 million, generating roughly 3,000 jobs as a result of construction-related activities. Construction continues to flourish in our Old Town area. 2014 brought 100,000 square feet of new construction. In the near future, we'll see a new 54-room hotel. Even sooner, in fact, in the next few months, Hotel Temecula, formerly known as the Welty Hotel on Main Street, will reopen as a renovated 10-room boutique hotel. It's really exciting to see this historic structure, originally built in the 1800s, will come alive again. The city is also negotiating with a developer for the Town Square Marketplace that will be constructed on the 2 vacant lots in front of and on either side of City Hall. This will add approximately 50,000 square feet of restaurants, retail, and office space with architecture that will complement our beautiful City Hall. The city is reviewing a proposed new specific plan west of Old Town, comprised of 270-acre project that will include up to 1,700 residential units, a new elementary school, and construction of the needed 4-lane western bypass, also a community clubhouse, park, and trails. All of this will be accomplished while at the same time preserving our signature western hills. It'll be a little bit more dense and quite a bit more urban than most of our city, but we've always said it's exactly the kind of development that belongs on that property. Just think of what that population will do to further energize the vibrancy and business opportunities in Old Town. Confidence in new home construction continues to grow, with a total of 804 single-family and 825 multifamily residential units that are either in the planning review stage or approved for construction. Temecula Valley Hospital celebrated its 1-year anniversary in October. Its investment to build the hospital was approximately $150 million. Its annual payroll of $40 million has brought 500 new jobs to our area over the past year. In addition, the hospital has attracted 7 new nearby medical office buildings, totaling over 170,000 square feet of office space, either proposed or under construction along Temecula Parkway. Temecula Valley Hospital also generates both property taxes and sales taxes that support our city's operating expenses. And oh yeah, they do a pretty good job of making sick people well too. And that's a fact. Let me tell you about the story of our city custodian, Dale. Temecula Valley Hospital no doubt saved his life with its close proximity and specialized cardiovascular care. Too many times in years past, a story like this has had a very sad ending, as heart attack victims couldn't survive the long ambulance trip to Riverside for the needed acute care to make them well. Dale had a heart attack last year in the kitchen at City Hall, but he's alive and healthy again after emergency surgery and a stent that was placed in his chest, no doubt from Abbott. I asked Dale to join us here this morning so we could all see for ourselves the benefits of high-quality, local health care. Dale, would you stand up and be recognized? Dale, you are one example of many this year, and we're very grateful for all the lives that have been touched, even saved, by the wonderful people at Temecula Valley Hospital. Every few years, the city hires a consultant to conduct a citizen survey so we can keep in touch with what is important to our citizens. 95% of our residents acknowledged a high quality of life in Temecula. That's amazing. We all have every right to be proud of that. When asked what residents liked most about living in Temecula, the most common response was the city's small-town feel and community involvement. Clearly an indication that Temecula has heart. Despite our population growth to almost 109,000 people, Temecula remains committed to maintaining that small-town feel with family-friendly events that bring our community together. Over the years, several events have become traditions for Temecula, including the Rod Run, Santa's Electric Light Christmas Parade, our 4th of July Parade and fireworks, the Street Painting Festival, and much, much more. We commemorated Memorial Day this week and had a beautiful community gathering at the Duck Pond, an observance at our public cemetery, and a barbecue at Temecula's VFW post. Being a veteran myself, I appreciate our community's strong military support. This year, in fact, the California Parks and Recreation Society presented Temecula an Award of Excellence for creating community with our program honoring our veterans, the Temecula Way. We could never say it enough, so thank you to all of our veterans and active duty military personnel. While it's always great to have such positive things to report, I need to bring up a topic that's frankly not a lot of fun. With all of the good news and prosperity in Temecula, there is a challenge that we all face in Southern California, and that is the current water shortage. The governor's executive order requires an average of a 25% reduction of water usage. However, for our region, it's 36%. The Rancho California Water District is currently readjusting water budgets for each household, and any excess water used beyond the first tier will dramatically affect our bills. So we encourage you to look at your water budget and usage. It's on your bill, and be prepared to reduce your consumption where you can. The city is working closely with the Rancho California Water District on an outreach program to help. And Councilmember Matt RAHN is hosting a regional summit on June 29th at City Hall, and we likely will have more of them. Yes, we have concerns, but making long-term decisions based on short-term conditions is not advisable. Yes, we're in a serious drought condition, and we need to take certain actions, but I can safely guarantee that it will rain again. So let's appropriately react, but be careful not to overreact. We recently celebrated the 2nd anniversary of our Business Resource Center and Tech Incubator, the Temecula Valley Entrepreneurs Exchange, or TVE2. TVE2 is designed to support local businesses and facilitate the creation of new high-tech startup businesses in Temecula. We also host valued partners who provide services to these startups and to all businesses within our community. Thank yous go out to the Economic Development Corporation of Southwest California, the Inland Empire Small Business Development Center, TriTech Small Business Development Center, and the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce. Over its first 2 years, TVE2 has facilitated over 200 workshops with 2,800 attendees, over 600 consultations, mentored 40 student interns, created 22 new jobs, and an economic impact of $1.7 million within Temecula. Currently, 11 high-tech startup businesses lease office space within the incubator. In the fall, we expanded upon the use of that facility and opened up the 2nd floor of our old City Hall building to house a program developed by Cal State San Marcos at Temecula and Mount San Jacinto College, where students can earn an associate's and a bachelor's degree. This partnership was developed to save students both time and money and to seamlessly complete a 4-year degree in business administration, as classes are conveniently local and are guaranteed. It's called the Center. That's an acronym for Temecula Higher Education. I learned acronyms from Jeff Stone. We think the synergy of college students on the 2nd floor and startup tech entrepreneurs and business resource organizations on the 1st floor is great for fostering an entrepreneurial ecosystem. Cal State University San Marcos at Temecula had over 100 graduates at commencement ceremonies last week in nursing, kinesiology, and our very first group of business administration majors graduated as well. 320 students will be enrolled this coming fall and 400 students by the following fall. The relationship between Temecula and Cal State University San Marcos has become so strong that this year, for the first time, a group of citizens from the Temecula Valley Unified School District will enter the university under the Guaranteed Admissions Agreement signed between the district and Cal State in 2011. These Temecula students have met certain benchmarks to go to the top of the admissions lists. I'd like to thank Cal State University San Marcos President Dr. Karen Haynes and Mount San Jacinto College President Dr. Roger Schultz for collaborating with our city and our school district over the past several years, and for working so hard to bring quality higher education opportunities to Temecula. And there is so much more ahead. With the fact that CSUSM at Temecula students have contributed over 140,000 hours of community service to our city, it's clear that our relationship with the university is firmly entrenched, and the future plan for Cal State Temecula is getting closer. One of the philosophies shared in our overall community, and one that we promote at City Hall, creates opportunities for the future success of Temecula's youth. The city offers several youth workforce programs such as internship, an annual innovation conference, a youth in government program, future physicians program, and many more, including a new law school program that we are launching this summer. About 200 students each year are involved in these programs. Temecula students already have a competitive advantage. The Temecula Valley Unified School District continues to be ranked #1 in Riverside County for its academic achievements, including the highest graduation rate and the highest rate of students who complete 4-year university prep classes. As I mentioned earlier, Temecula has been recognized with awards in several categories over the past year. Now we will give out a few awards of our own. If you haven't had an opportunity to view the creative artwork that surrounds us here, please do so before you leave. Area artists and students created their work on behalf of the theme, Temecula Has Heart, because nice matters. We had a student section and an area artist section. Excuse me. For the mayor's choice in the student section, I can safely say it was definitely not an easy decision. But the choice has been made, and I proudly congratulate River Springs Charter School 3rd grader, Nathaniel Kinrich. Nathaniel will receive a Mayor's Choice certificate, and his artwork will be featured on select city promotional materials later this year. And now congratulations to the student section grand prize winner, who will receive $50 to spend at the Promenade Temecula. It's 11th grade artist Viviana Gonzalez for her painting titled Quilt of Kindness. Here are the awards for our area artists. These are adults. Patty Paulson's work is the Mayor's Choice. The painting is her rendition of the heart that city employees and I formed in the Old Town Square in support of the Temecula Has Heart initiative. Patty will receive a Mayor's Choice certificate, and her artwork will also be seen on promotional materials during the year. And finally, congratulations to the grand prize winner, who will receive a $300 cash award. That honor goes to Bonnie Martland for her painting, which is a collage of several recreational activities within the city. We have one final piece of business this morning. It's hard to believe our City Hall is already 5 years old. We built it to be timeless and picturesque. And with 270,000 cars a day driving past it, a great tool for economic development. It's not surprising that artists create paintings of it or photograph it. It spurred significant high-quality private sector growth, boosted our local economy, and created a sense of place for our community. We see citizens and tourists taking photos every day, and we've even had wedding proposals in front of it. As we had hoped, it has become the heart of our city. Local photographer Matthew Burleal recently captured City Hall brilliantly wearing the heart you see behind me, in support of our community's 2015 initiative. Matthew has signed this photo and donated it to the city, and we have it here. It's simply beautiful. We have the photograph here on stage, or will in just a moment. In the same spirit of giving, I'd like you all to take out your cell phones and turn them back on. If it rings, please answer it. And I need some help now. And there's my help, right on cue. I'll hold the bowl, you pick one.
Okay. Thank you.
We're hoping technology is grand. Remember, I said answer it. John McCusker? Hello, John. This is the mayor speaking. Congratulations, you just won this beautiful picture that's up here on our stage. Make sure you come and get it before you leave. See, guys, I told you it would work. Our city is fiscally sound, our local economy is vibrant, and our future is bright. Temecula is even stronger than ever, and it is our heart that makes us so powerful. So whatever you do, remember that Temecula has heart, because nice matters. Thank you all.